Okay, IT committee, March 5th, 2020, 9:45 a.m. Call the roll call, please.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Scher,
Yep.
Sticknall,
Yes.
Call the meeting to order. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda? Mr. Scher. Marvin seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Public comments? Public?
I just wanted to speak to the state of our email as of today. It's been doing very well. The security that we have on it has been my challenge lately. There's certain emails that I've been getting, some from known sources such as the National Weather Service, where our security system goes in and says, you can't receive this PDF file because it has suspicious links in it. Flat removes it, stops me from getting the PDF that is from the National Weather Service. These are situation reports when we're getting inclement weather that's expected to be inbound. I have a workaround to get to the information that I need, but there are instances where I'm sure others within the county are getting similar emails that is actually legitimately something that they need, that we have to backpedal a lot to spin our wheels to get this information. I think some of our security is set just a notch too high for us right now to be able to really just work efficiently in certain things. I get why the security is, and I applaud area-wide for doing what they are doing to make sure that we are protected, but I think we're just a little too, we're kind of at that threshold where we're almost too much, if you ask my opinion.
I guess we just need to make a note on some of these
Well,
things
if
as we
you
go through here.
have specific websites you need to discuss with area-wide and releasing, that's what each department needs to do. Now, as far as security being too high, I disagree. I ran a campaign last month. I had 32 people open it, 25 people click on it, and 3 replied to it. And this wasn't even a credible source, let alone one that I create that could come from a credible source. So we still have quite a few people clicking on emails they shouldn't be.
So can we identify
I have a list.
specific?
And what I did was I emailed each department, because I'm not gonna blast anybody, but
No.
I emailed each department and told them if they would like to know names in their department to, reach out to me. And I did have several departments that reached out, and I told them who was on their list, so.
But with regards to his, we can. you
Yeah,
can
all
talk
you have to
with
do is let
our
everyone know.
Tuesday
and
buddy
put them on the
and-
I
website.
have in certain instances, it's just feeling like there's certain things where it's like 9 o'clock at night when I'm looking at an email area that's not available at that point, and I have to wait until the following morning to look at something. That's where I feel like I'm spinning my wheels, and that's where I have my greatest challenge. It's not so much during hours, because during hours I have access to my computer, I'm here, grab what I need to because I have workarounds when I'm here. But when I'm accessing something remote, that's where I have my greatest challenge. And then I have to wait until the following morning for somebody to be able to take a look at it. Now, Michael's been responsive in that, and I will give him credit where credit is due. But for somebody like me that's got about that much, I feel like it's just it makes my job a little bit harder than it needs to be. And I'm sure we can all appreciate we've got enough challenges.
What about that other county that was just hacked
Yeah.
a few days ago? Was that
I know.
emails came into that?
Yes, I emailed everybody that information as far as department heads and elected officials as well. It was, Michael Tabor actually emailed me and let me know we had another county, LaSalle County, that through an email and they clicked on a link they shouldn't have, they got hacked. So it's one of those fine lines. I know that that's a pain in the neck to work around, but on the other hand, we've got evidence saying we still have people that are clicking on stuff they shouldn't be, and now we have an entire county that already got hacked. So keeping the security high for now, I think, is probably best.
I can appreciate that.
Okay. Any other public comments or department head comments, I guess? If not, we'll go to upgrade recorder's office software and server proposal. I assume that's why you're here.
That is why I'm here. Lisa's at election good school, so she asked me to come down. The recording office is going to be upgrading software. And in order to do that, we were slated to do it in December as far as to get our software upgraded, but our server is not compatible with the software. So the recording office server is up for replacement. And so Lisa just wanted the committee aware that there's two options that we can go with. And she's leaning towards doing a cloud-based server through our vendor. So it's a little bit more expensive, but with the ransomware attack that LaSalle County just had, they actually just switched over to this cloud-based server with the same company. It's called Bastion. And they were able to be up and recording after they got new computers in. They were able to go to a local title company, get a computer set up, get connected to their server, and they were able to start recording within an hour after getting the computers delivered. So we're leaning towards that. Michael sent us a quote for area-wide to update the server that we currently have, get a new server, and then their labor. It is a little bit less expensive. However, the security is the main thing, and we need to keep these documents safe. So we're leaning towards the Bastion, but we were hoping Michael would be at the meeting so he could give some input on yes or no on the reliability of the cloud server. And a question we had was how fast area-wide would be able to get us up and running should we get a ransomware attack or some sort of attack. So anyway, there's that. And then she was also going to talk to you guys about, and she's been working with Michael on this, the Illinois State Board of Elections Cyber Navigator program has a free resource for us. It's called CrowdStrike, and it's just an extra layer of security that will protect us should any type of ransomware or any type of cyber attack happen. Once again, Michael is supposed to weigh in on that and let us know yes or no, which I believe, Jill, did his email say he was still, or that timeline, did it say he was still waiting on information for CrowdStrike?
Yes, he's waiting on more information
Yes.
for that.
So, and that information that he was waiting for, I'm pretty sure was like the installation and the, just the basic principles of it, so, but that's where we're at. So.
I even wonder, I mean, we need to get Michael here, I guess, and make sure he's here next month, but but just the cloud servers and stuff in general, why, to me, they probably got 10 backups compared to our one that's, or 20 or 50 or who knows how many backups they have of things,
Right.
you know, compared to, okay, we got a backup of,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, longer term, why are we buying these servers when, I guess I think of Dropbox and Box and all those companies and things, and obviously probably this Bastion's way more secure and meant for these things. But
It is,
but
yes.
the reliability of those, I've never had Dropbox be unreliable, and you know, I mean, because they
Right.
can't be, you know, because they've
Right.
got so much business. I would think it'd almost have to be more reliable than having your own server.
Yes,
I mean, that's why everybody does it. It's because they
Absolutely.
don't. It's easier to access and it's more convenient and cheaper, and it's always
Right.
there.
and I guess another thing about switching over to the Bastion cloud server, we would be taking out the middleman of area-wide on a lot of our issues when it's a server issue. We just had an issue last week that we need, or this week, that we needed area-wide to check out. I don't know who had a wrong number and
Yeah.
if they were contacting the wrong person, but it took longer than what it really should have in order to get the port on the server checked,
Mhm.
which is something that if we had the cloud server, Fiddler, our software company, would have been able to run the test, have it done, and we would have been up and going.
I think we need to.
Maybe discuss that.
Part of the thing that I worry about, since he's not here, I'll say it bluntly, but are we keep getting pushed down the route of buying servers to keep here because they make more money on it? Because they do have their hand in the pie, and in the case of the Bastion as an example, or any of those companies, they obviously, are they not suggesting that because that takes their finger out of the pie?
I think Michael, as Lisa and Michael have emailed back and forth, I don't know that he would show resistance to us going to Bastion.
Right.
But he wanted to provide the estimate for the server as well, just to have two estimates, basically.
I would say that I don't sit in clerk's business, so cloud-based may be the best thing for them. I can talk to my realm. There are certain pieces, like our InterSuite software, which is our CAD and our jail software, sits on a server, and for us, it's best that it's accessed locally. Everything's here, everything's nice in-house in its own neat little package. That helps us transition and everything, and if, God forbid, we've had this happen, AT&T goes down, who's our internet, we can still access our stuff. We can still get online, grab whatever information we need, we can continue working. If you have no internet, you have no access to your cloud-based
But
services.
there's ways around that, because I can, through the cell phone network, and if you don't have a cell phone network, you're not gonna get any calls either. You could,
There's different
in a
carriers
situation,
out there.
there's
so
different things that can be done to,
Yeah, there's some definite need for
If they-
redundancy.
but
That would be.
there's ways to have redundancy without having a $20,000 server or $10,000 server sitting in a closet. I
don't disagree, and that's why I'm going, I know my world, I know my needs. I don't know what's gonna be best for their department, so. If you want my opinion is I would prefer the physical server here. Yes, it's more money up front, but there's a greater possibility of pushing that a little bit longer to kind of keep our buck than
Well,
sometimes
and
going out to the cloud service.
I think some of it needs to be a plan for the future, because I think, obviously, we have a lot of money invested in those things and whatever, and look at, okay, when it's time to, make a note that when it's time to update those things within the next 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it'll be, the next one, I don't even know off the top of my head, that we maybe look at other options.
When do you expect to make a decision, Bree?
I think she has her decision 90% made, so I think she'll be making it probably after the election. Actually, maybe even before. We were slated to get upgraded in December, and then we asked them to wait until after, so we're kind of on a waiting list, but we need to get the server in place before we can move forward. So, but I don't know if she'll wanna make that decision before the election or not, because we're pretty busy in office.
But it sounds like it'll be done before our next meeting here.
It may, unless Michael emails with any type of, hey, don't do this type thing. I'm not sure.
But that's all coming out of the automation fund.
Clerk automation, yeah.
I guess, is there something we need to do, or it's just
She
more
wasn't
knowing
really
what was going on?
looking,
Yeah.
she wanted you guys to be informed that
Right.
there may be a server that you're not gonna have to worry about anymore, first of all. But she also wanted you guys to be informed that, of what she is possibly going to do, and where
Right.
she's going with that. It's just all about security is the main thing, because it's being drilled into our heads.
Well, I think it's probably good that somebody does it, and
Absolutely.
then, like I said, as we come up with the other servers, it's time for them to be swapped out or whatever. We got other problems, but we need, hopefully you have a good experience, and that is something we can look at, yeah.
That's
Right.
why I was asking when they might make the decision, because I think in the rapidly changing arena of IT equipment, we need to constantly be
Right.
reevaluating everything.
And obviously, that's the direction. Seems like the whole private sector is going, and well, good. Okay. If we're done with that, then other IT issues. I think one thing we had in the finance committee, which I'll bring up, we need the list of licenses and when they're due and how long they last, and I think even we were talking about passwords or the
Passwords.
For admin?
admin passwords and all these
Yeah,
different
that-
things, so that we
That I know
had
Adam
more
is working
control
on.
over.
I know he figured out a couple, that we were unsure of, but as far as like admin passwords go, I have one, and Sandy Drake has one over at the county jail in case anything needs to be done over there. There are a couple other ones out there Adam is looking into. Hopefully he'll have an answer for me next Tuesday.
I have a local one for.
Yeah,
911.
I know one of yours, one of them's yours.
So we need area-wide to straighten out, or make sure we have a list or copy of all the, that's still not done, all the admins and password
Mhm.
logins, and exactly our status on all these licenses and.
Sure,
And he was supposed to make us a diagram of
yeah,
what's where,
I'll follow up with him.
dates on when certain servers need to be
Mhm.
replaced.
Which ties into that conversation, so
Yeah.
that'd be good to understand. And hear what his opinion was back to them, and that's,
I'll follow up with him.
anything else? Anybody have problems or good things to say? The Tuesday, having them, those got Adam or whatever his name is? Is it
Adam.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's still good?
It's wonderful
Good.
having him here.
And it's nice to just have him in, and I know he sat there and tried to call that number a couple times,
Yes.
so I'm sure he just
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
a wrong digit maybe, or there's
Yeah.
miscommunication, but,
And it's not
yeah,
a huge deal because we're able to get up and going, but
yeah. It's still inconvenient, I know.
yes.
I can say I find it useful, even if he's not necessarily doing the work for me. I can go and tap on his shoulder, ask a little bit of advice, and get a job done.
Yep.
Um,
Well, good.
He's still busy. Next Tuesday, he is going to be, installing new printers that are going in, because they're all being delivered on the same day, so we can utilize Adam on his day here. So if anybody has any issues or whatnot, just keep emailing Amanda, and just so you know, he's gonna be busy with copiers, but if it's an emergency, he's still here.
Very good.
The property tax search is live now,
Okay, good.
and we've had a lot of people that are very happy about that, so.
Good.
And that's bomb-based, so, right, you know,
Mhm.
but we're doing stuff, mixed
Yeah.
bag, whatever.
Sure.
Whatever works best is what we're doing. so.
Right. No, I think, obviously, I'm sure all those companies, like, trying to blank on their name or whatever, but the
Yeah, done
DevNet is, I'm sure they're all pushing in that direction too. It just makes me think of some of this other stuff maybe we should be looking at that we're not
Mhm.
doing. But obviously, that's the direction it seems to be going, so investing in more servers maybe doesn't make sense around here. We just need to figure that out, I guess.
And as far as security goes, I had Adam set me up on the website, so there are generic, just phishing emails going out once a month. And, I think this is the second campaign that I've actually custom created. And I've tried to send out, just a little bit of information after the campaign, like the tree I sent out, if they can go through and figure out, should I open this, should I not? Just some information to follow up with that, so. And there's training on that Know Before, and it's open, and all you gotta do is have them log in and do the training if you feel like they need to. I would suggest it. I know clerk's office uses it.
Yeah, haven't done it as much as what we did when it first started, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have used it.
But again, clerk's office, nobody clicked on that email.
It's because we're all on high alert.
Yeah, I'm So is that, you got less people coming into the office? Or, I mean, is that what you'll, if I remember right, by having it out on the site, you were hoping there would be less?
No, it's not that,
Not
not less people on the, it's just we'll get less phone calls, because a lot of these mortgage companies outsource everything
Right.
to India, and they call 10 times a day for the same property. And I don't know if they don't understand us, or we're not understanding them, or, but it's just a matter of a little more convenience now. They can, you know, they're getting what they need a little faster than what we can understand.
Right. Good. Good. Okay. I don't know if that was old business or new business, but does anybody have more business? If not, I'll do a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Orders. Seconded by Marvin. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
All set for the night?
Am I all set?
You have speakers?
I'm never all set.
They all, I think you'll have enough.